Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. My name is Nat and I'm here for you. I am here for you as often as possible, hopefully to give you the keys to the door that will unlock your happiness. That's what I try to do here, try to help you find your happiness. If this is your first time here, welcome to the show. I'm glad you found the show. If you like it, share it. Let's share the positivity and get it out there. Also, if you'd like a copy of my new book, it's called The Positive Perspective. You can buy it directly on Amazon, or you can go to bepositivepodcast.com. A pop-up will come up and you can order it several different ways. And there you can get a personalized copy. Also, I want to mention my text line, 304-506-3332. It's also the message line. I love hearing from you guys. I will play the messages that you have left in a later show. But today, this show is brought to you by Podomatic. Got to mention Podomatic.com. If you're going to start your own podcast, that's the place to do it, all right? And if you got something you want me to talk about, go to bepositivepodcast.com/yourstory. Now that I got that all out of the way, my goodness, well, this is not going to be a show about something you've written in. This is not going to be a topic that's a general topic or something that's maybe going to help you. Because this show is for me. And why do I say that? Well, a couple hours ago, I got information, I got news that my mentor, a drum instructor that I had for many years, from 1980 to 83, and friends for ever since the 80s, fantastic, phenomenal instructor who is a legend and who I had a privilege of learning from. And I would not be the drummer today I am if it was not for Tom Float. And I just found out that he recently passed a few hours ago, or actually yesterday. It's been a day now. And I'll tell you what, I wasn't going to do a show about this, but we all lose people that we love and we care about and who mean so much to us. And I know a lot of times I say, you know, this is just a meat suit. It's just a brief part of our existence, and then we move on to a consciousness. But when you lose somebody that you love, all that bullshit doesn't mean anything to you, does it? No, it really doesn't. It's a lot of good talk. It's a lot of good positive energy to get you through a tough situation. But the bottom line is that we are 100% in this physical world. And when we lose someone that we love in this physical world, now we can say to ourselves, you know what? The consciousness goes on. Energy can't be destroyed, can't be created or destroyed. It goes on forever in infamy. But you know what? We've lost that person. We've lost that physical contact. We've lost the ability to pick up the phone and call them and say, hey man, what's up? And that can be devastating. And right now, I know that Tom is listening to the show. I know that his energy is here. I'm going to tell you right now, I would not have the drumming career or be the drummer that I am if it were not for this man. There's thousands of drummers that he has taught or been a part of their life. And he's changed every one of our lives. We all have a story. He's touched each and every one of us in such an individual way that it's freaking phenomenal how important and how much of an influence he was and still is and will always be on so many thousands of people, not just drummers, just people in general. Now, I'll tell you what, when it comes my time and I move past this physical realm and move on to the next phase of my journey, I hope that I touch 1/10 of the people that he did. I hope I leave such a positive mark on people. I mean, you can't find someone to say something bad about Tom Float. And I don't know, some of you know this, some of you don't. I was a world champion in 1983, snare drum in Blue Devils Drum and Bugle Corps, and won a world title, and would not have had the drive or the talent to make that dream come true if it weren't for him. So, sure, this is a very difficult podcast to get through. I'm going to try to not stop. But I'll tell you the quick story of how it started. I went to college, I was 17 years old, leave home, head from Florida to Atlanta, go to DeVry University with my girlfriend. She's not going there, but we're living up there together. And a friend of mine, Dave Goldsmith, drop his name like that. Maybe he's listening. The three of us go to see Spirit of Atlanta, which is the drum corps who is going to be the up-and-coming great corps. And Tom Float is the instructor, and we go in the stands, and us all being drummers, me and Dave, we want to go see this amazing drum line and this amazing instructor, and we're right there, and let's do it. So we go there. We're sitting in the stands. Now it's me, my buddy Dave, and my girlfriend Shanna. Now Shanna's a rifle, which is they spin the rifles, throw them up in the air, do all kind of dancing and stuff. And I was a snare drummer in Florida. So I'm sitting there watching and just taking it all in at this perfection and this amazingness of being around this top 12, which is one of the 12 best in the world drum corps, watching it. And my buddy Dave yells out, "Hey Tom, Nat's a good drummer. He should be in your snare line." Now, meanwhile, I'm freaking out. I'm like, "Shut up, Dave." And Tom Float turns around and says, "You got some hands?" And I was like, "Yep." He's like, "Come on down. Let's see what you got." And I was freaking. And I proceeded to go down to the football field out of the stands and play back and forth with Tom. He'd play something. I'd play something. He'd say, I'd play that. He'd play something. He'd say, "Play this." I'd play it. Went back and forth. And after about 5 minutes, he's like, "You got some hands." He goes, "We need a snare drummer. We're leaving on tour in 2 weeks. Can you do it?" I flipped out. And yes, of course, I jumped on the situation. And I was not nearly as good as any of the drummers in that snare line, in that drum line. But he took me in, and all the drummers took me in, and we proceeded to go on to be one of the world record snare lines, drum lines in history, 1980 Spirit of Atlanta. And we proceeded to be legends in that world, in that realm. And I made a friend and a mentor. I got my mentor. And Tom Float would tell me things in such a way. You ever have someone just tell you something in such a way that you could hear it 25 times from all kinds of people you care about, and all of a sudden this one person says the same thing, but you're like, "Oh, wow." And meanwhile, all the people who've been telling you that for years are like, "I've been saying this." And you're like, "Yeah, but Tom said it." But this person said it to you, and it just changed your life. He had a way of getting in touch with each individual. Now, he's teaching a group of drummers, 30 to 35 drummers at a time. Or he could hold a whole crowd doing a clinic. But he could reach each one of you individually at the same time. I don't know if you can understand that. But when I was in the drum line with him, and he was the instructor, when he talked, he was like talking to you as an individual, not as a group and not as anything else than something else he wanted to make great. And he did. And he was a legend and will continue to be a legend in the drumming community forever. And I had the honor of learning from him and marching with some of the best drummers in the world. And today, knowing that he's not here, it breaks my heart. And it's hard to go on, but I know that he's here, and I know that I am the person and the drummer that I am because of the input and the lessons and the life lessons that he taught me. I said I'm not going to stop this recording, but this is not easy. I just want to wrap this up by saying, Tom, you changed my life. You're an incredible influence. And I'm happy that you have moved to the next phase of your consciousness. Just know that your image will never leave this planet and never leave our memories. I'm just going to say, love you, Tom Float. Thanks a lot.